So joining us now, live from Punta Cana, is former D.C. homicide detective and Fox News contributor Ted Williams. Ted, great to have you on the program. Thanks so much. I want to ask you quickly about something that Konaki's father has been asking about. He said he wants local authorities to also investigate other possibilities, including whether this is a case of kidnapping or human trafficking. That's to Nate Foy's point that he made just right there. What do you think about the possibility that this could be a sex slavery ring that could be involved and that there's some sort of foul play?
I think that the law enforcement officers investigating this need to make sure that they don't have tunnel vision, that they have to broaden this out and they have to check to make those kind of an inquiry. You cannot rule anything out at this stage in the investigation.
Ted, it's Griff. You know, you're doing great work down there, and I've gotten to go with you on lots of investigations in years past. When you have now been there for a few days, what are the questions that remain for you? What hasn't been answered? What do you want to know more about right now at this stage of the investigation?
You know, Griff, you're right. We have handled a lot of cases around this country, and I've always appreciated you guys. And let me just say this. One of the things that stick out to me is I want to know more from the witness. And by the way, when I use the word witness, I'm speaking of Josh Reeby. I need to know more. I understand that he blinked out and then for 3 hours he remained on the beach. But I want to know if he actually talked to anybody before or after he left the beach about what he may have observed. That's going to be essential in the investigation. And I would also like to know if they did a body examination of him to try to determine if he had any scratches or wounds about his body.
Well, Ted, Lisa Booth here, and obviously, you know, a lot's been brought to Reeby's shifting story, which certainly raises questions for investigators. There were 4 bodies, 4 tourists who died in January of drowning. How long would it typically take to find a body in that scenario? And then also, what is this shifting account? What kind of questions would that raise for investigators?
You know, that's an excellent question, by the way. We're in the Caribbean here where you have actually warm waters. And if you think about a body being in these waters, what normally happens to a body is that there are gases that are in the body that allows the body in warm water to come to the surface a lot faster. So you would think that by now that if she was in these waters that she would have surfaced. Now, quite naturally, we have reefs, and those reefs, she could be caught up under a reef or something.
Well, Ted, David Webb here. Quick question. Resources, you talked about that earlier this week on Fox. Are there enough resources now there with Interpol, with other agencies?
You know, absolutely, David. There are absolutely enough resources here. You know, if you get too many, they'll start walking over each other. So they're conducting a pretty good investigation. The unfortunate thing is I think they're going to start winding down tomorrow some of the resources in this investigation.
All right, Ted Williams, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time there. We'll see you again soon.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.